All right, looks like I'm live. All right, I'll give it a couple minutes, see who. Your average girl, you're going to be lurking while you game. All right, all right. Well, what game are you playing? Robert Burke, hey, how are you doing? How are you, your average girl? How's everyone doing today? So here's the painting I did. I did it yesterday afternoon, so it's getting dry, but it's still, all through here you can kind of see where it's still wet. It's real, it has a lot of shimmer to it. Hey, Stony Crow, how are you? How's everyone doing? Thank you, Stony Crow. So, all right, today, what I've been doing has been staying live for about 2 hours. And so what I'm going to actually do today is I'm going to stay live for about an hour, maybe a little bit over. And then I have to move everything over and set up more supplies. And so I'll take like a 15-minute intermission, and then I'll come back on for an hour. Instead of doing 2 straight hours, I'm going to do an hour, then like a 15-minute intermission, and then another hour. Oh, you guys have influenza A, influenza. Yeah, that sucks. Flu has been really bad this year. Our house had it right around Christmas time. It kind of sucked. But yeah, it's been pretty bad this year. Are you super ornery today, Robert? Okay, try not to be too much of a problem then. All right. So yeah, this is the one I did last night. I'm going to get it moved out of the way, and I'll get another canvas up here. So I actually have this one real quick. This is one I poured on a while back, and it's kind of boring. So I'm going to redo it here. But yeah, that's too bad you guys are sick, Stony Crow. How's everyone else doing? Your average girl, I don't know if you're still lurking there, but what? Yep, you're still here. Robert, you want a fisticuffs? I love that, fisticuffs. So what game are you playing, your average girl? I'm trying to get my gloves on here real quick. And I'm just going to reuse the same gloves. They're fine. I'm going to pour over this one. So, yeah, it's a real nice day here. It poured yesterday. Fallout 4. All right. I don't play much games. I really like Spyro, but that's about it. I'm pretty good at Spyro, but that's about it. So, all right. Well, let's do this one here. I can't even decide what I want to do. I think I actually will do a blown flower on this one. See if I have enough air for that. I might even actually try this. My hair dryer quit working. I was using a hair dryer for some of these, and so my hair dryer quit working, but thankfully I was able to get another one at the thrift store. Oh, hey, Passion for Pets. Welcome. Thanks for coming by. So I'm getting ready to just cover this one up. I didn't really like how that one turned out. And I do that a lot of times. Just a second, trying to get my palette knife all wiped off. It's got all kinds of... All right. I'll just use this one here. I'll get the edges here in just a second. So what's everybody doing today? Other than gaming and stuff like that? Oh, not me. Hey, you're just taking a peek. All right. All right. Cool. Well, welcome. Thanks for coming by, everyone. All right. I'm going to kind of get the edges a little. Just trying to get the edges. All right. So I think I'm going to try this new hair dryer. I don't know how it'll work. So we're going to see if this is going to be an okay hair dryer for this or if this just isn't going to work. So now what color? I think I'll put this real pretty purple that we... So I hope everybody's having a good day. It's a real pretty purple. And then I'm going to put a little bit of this blue. But yeah, the other day I stayed on for quite a while, and then it actually started buffering, and it kind of kicked me off. I had no choice. And then I reset up my supplies, and I got everything ready. And so that was kind of nice to have that like 10, 15 minute to move all the wet paintings aside and get set up with new paintings. So that's what I think I'll do today. I'll be on for about an hour, have like a 15-minute intermission while I move all the wet stuff aside and grab new supplies. And then I'll come back on for another hour. So, all right, guys. So I'm going to, I wonder if I can mute the mic real quick. Okay, guys, I'm going to do the hair dryer so that you guys don't, your eardrums. Oh, Susan, hey, welcome. So I'm just going to mute the mic just real quick while I do the hair dryer because I don't want you guys to have to hear the hair dryer real quick. But so I'm going to mute the mic and then I'll be right back. All right, so I just used the hair dryer and didn't want you guys to have to hear that. But hey, that hair dryer works pretty good. This is a one I picked up at the because not all hair dryers have enough. Well, some are too powerful, and then some are not powerful enough. So awesome, that hair dryer is going to work really well. I think that worked perfect. All right, I'm just going to tilt it a little bit. So yeah, I just muted it for a quick second so you guys didn't have to listen to that. But all right, let me grab my torch because the hair dryer did create some air bubbles. Just a second, guys. All right. All right, so I think I'm going to take the edges here. I have this aquarium tubing and just kind of fan the edges out a little bit. For the hair dryer, how much power? Honestly, I probably should pay attention to that. I just, had an extra hair dryer that I grabbed out of my bathroom, and it didn't, it broke the other day. So I just went to the Goodwill and got another one. This one says, oh, I don't know if this is, that number means it's 1875 is the power. I don't know. But it seems pretty powerful. I'm not sure the actual number. Oh, you have a couple of packs of those gloves you picked up? All right. Thank you. But Mike the Greek, that's my husband. All right. Awesome. Thanks, Mike. Oh, so I guess this hair dryer must be pretty powerful. It's 1875 watts. Okay. Not me. It's really windy there. I can hear yard work a couple houses over. They were blowing leaves earlier too, but now I can hear something else. I think a weed whacker or something. A lot of people around here doing a lot of yard work now that the weather is finally okay. So yeah, can you guys see how like even as I've chatted with you guys, you can kind of see even more cells popping up throughout. So I'm just going to a little bit fan it around. All right, I think that looks pretty good. Oh, awesome. Thank you, Susan. Yeah, I got the webcam so now we can see it right from above and we can paint. So I'm excited. And we can still chat and stuff while I paint. I just didn't, it's boring you guys having to stare at me. So at least you guys can watch and, you know, kind of interact and pick out some of the colors and different stuff. So, all right, guys, I'm going to move this one aside. I'll show you. I guess I have to slow down on moving it because it seems to be, it has to take a second to kind of focus in. So I just have to slow down. But I don't know if you guys can see if the camera's picking it up. That purple is really nicely kind of laced over the top. And the real nice thing about this purple is it dries really, really bright too. Here, I'll show you guys the one from the other day. It's kind of dry and it has that purple. It's still real bright in there. And this one is not quite dry. I just did it the other day, but it's getting there. Oh, the mic is super clear. Awesome, awesome, good. Oh, your average girl and Robert, you guys are funny. Oh, it is funny to see when people are trying to blow leaves when it's super windy out. Okay, I'm gonna grab another canvas, guys. It's silly. Okay. Hey, H7. Hey, why is it blurry? Huh, weird. I wonder why it got blurry for a second because I've here, let me go into the program and see if make sure the autofocus. Let me take this glove off real quick. Maybe I have to do the autofocus every time I use the camera. Let me see. Where's the, just a second, guys. I am going to check on the autofocus on the camera. Just a second, everyone. I am fixing the autofocus. I guess I maybe have to, I thought that was maybe a setting that I would just have to set once and it would be good to go. But it looks like it's a setting I maybe have to fix every time and focus it. Okay, perfect. Let me, I'm just in the settings on the camera, autofocus. Okay. Sorry, guys, about the focus. Okay, I'm done. Perfect. That should work. Okay, sorry about that, guys. So let me get my glove back on. So welcome, H7. All right. Robert, you're starving. Susan is too. I rock creativity. What are my thoughts on the kits for paint pouring? Okay, I've seen them all over. They've actually must be super popular right now. I was in at Joann's craft store and they've got them. You know, honestly, I haven't tried any. So I can't really personally say, you know, yeah, this kit is great. It works really good. I haven't tried any, but so yeah, I don't know. I think it's interesting. We'll see how, you know, a lot of people are buying the kits and then they use up the kit and they can't seem to they don't like to do it after, you know, they can't get the paint mixed up properly on their own. Hey, Mad Mac. All right. Hey, Dinky. Your average girl, you're having water for lunch. All right. It's not quite lunchtime here. I'll have lunch after the live. Okay, guys, I'm going to, I think, I'm going to do kind of a greens and light blue, a pastel background. And then after the pastel background, oh my gosh, this cup, it's got a crack in it, but we're going to make it work because I already got some paint in it. Let me put just a little bit of my treadmill oil in it. Just like two drops, went real quick. And then, so I'm just going to do like a pastel background with some flowers on top. All right. Thank you. Thank you for liking the stream. All right. So for everyone just new coming in, what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint for about an hour and 15 minutes. And then I'm going to take like a 15-minute intermission while I move all the wet paints in the other room. And then I'll set up with some new dry stuff. And then I will come back on for another hour. Instead of just doing 2 straight hours, it just would be easy for me to kind of have an intermission between and move some of the paintings aside, because they do stack up if you do too many of these. All right, good. You guys are chatting, getting to know each other. Awesome. All right, well, I'm going to pour this. This is just kind of going to be a background. Yeah, I've been doing 2 hours straight, which is fine. It works. It's just that I run out of space to put any of the paintings. Okay, sometimes the Floetrol has like a goober in it, and sometimes I can see it there. It had like kind of a, I don't know, I call it a goober. But awesome, you guys are all chatting. Oh, how long does it take for the paintings to dry? See, that's the thing, is when I'm getting so many of these done, it takes so long for these to dry that they start stacking up. It takes, you're supposed to wait about 3 weeks, and then in about 3 weeks I will seal them with sealant, and then that'll take another 5 days or so. So they will be all done in about a month, but 3 weeks before the actual painting itself is dry. So it does take quite some time. So that's a lot of the, my issue is I just run out of space. But I've developed like drying racks. I'm actually on the lookout this summer, probably free on Craigslist or somewhere. I want to get a crib, like some old crib, and then put a crib up on its side and use the slats in the crib to make like a big, huge drying rack. Yeah, Stony Crow, I saw them at lots of shows. I go up to Seattle a lot. I go to the coast a lot. I have one coming up. It's called Northwest Largest Garage Sale, but it's not just garage sale items. There's artists there and everything. And that pulls in about 15,000 people. That's coming up on April 13th. So yeah, and I have on Etsy too. I have an Etsy. So I sell them online on Etsy, on Instagram, and then locally as well. Hey, the cutting board, welcome. And hey, if I miss anybody, I'm so sorry. I get concentrating on the paint. Shows for a long, long time. Before I got sick, I actually used to sell. Do you guys ever see those mix or a cookie mix or something like that? I used to sell those hours, and then I got super sick and stuff, and had my chemo and stuff. And so I didn't sell those anymore. And then I learned how to do this painting. And so now that's what I sell at all the bazaars. Oh yeah, autocorrect, I know. It does it to me all the time. Oh, a bread outlet, in the old bread racks. Yeah, I've thought of that too. An old bread rack would really help. Need Gore, hey, welcome. Thanks for coming by. So many awesome people in here. All right, thanks for everyone. All right, so I'm going to torch this. I see some air bubbles. So I'm just going to kind of let it sit. Actually, I'm going to, you can see right through here. I don't know if you guys can pick that up, but it wants me to torch it a little more right there. All right. Oh, you, IROC Creativity, the one with the, like the beginners, like the basics of paint pouring playlist? Awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you. Okay, guys, so when I originally poured this, I was like, okay, I'm going to pour this, and then I'm going to put some flowers on it, some blown flowers, and this was just going to be a background. But sometimes the background comes out so pretty, I don't want to mess it up. What I might do is just let it completely dry because I don't want to really move the background. And I might paint some flowers over the top. Yeah, I got a torch. It's just a, see, my torch is all painted on. It's like a creme brulee torch or like a chef's torch. But what you're doing is you're popping any cells, which I actually kind of like. This is called lacing across the top. So this is kind of just delicate lacing. And then over here is more kind of the cells. And so the different densities of paint with the silicone, that's what creates the cells. And so when I torch it, it makes the paint that has a like a thicker density, it makes that oil come up through the thicker densities of paint. So it kind of like activates the silicone oil. But yeah, so I don't know. What do you guys think? It's so pretty on its own. I don't know if I should really I don't think I'm gonna mess with it now. I might add flowers later. I might just leave it on its own. I don't know. And sometimes I'll take them to one of my cells, one of the art cells, and let it go in one cell and see if anybody buys it just for the background. And then if it doesn't sell within like a couple of different of the art shows, then I'll take it home and put flowers and things on it. I'll kind of give it a chance to see if it sells on its own first. But I kind of really like it. It's just kind of subtle. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Yeah. You guys are liking it just on its own. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave it. I wasn't planning on it, but I kind of really like it. So this one's going to get left. All right, so I'm going to get this one. I'll get this one moved. Hey, Artsy Studios. Welcome. Awesome. Thanks for coming by. So I'll let you guys look at that a little bit more. And then I'll move it. Let me get a drink real quick. I'm being terrible today. I'm having a energy drink, and you know, with my health condition, I should not, but I totally needed it. But have you guys ever tried these? It's a Bang energy drink, but it's got 0 calories. But it's terrible. It's terrible for you. But yeah, that's what I was drinking. That's terrible. Oh yeah, unicorns are all the rage right now, Stony Crow. I probably have unicorns right next to me. I've been working on so many unicorns, mermaids, flamingos, cactuses. You know, those are all super popular right now. Unicorns definitely are super popular. So, all right, let me show you guys this one a little bit up closer. Yeah, Susan, I'm not supposed to take them either. So bad. Or drink the energy drinks. With my health conditions, they're not good either. All right, let me move that one aside, and then I'll peek at the chat. Okay, I'm going to set this here. And then I think I'm going to bring over, just a second, guys. Let's see if this will fit here. Yes, it will. Okay, so I had this one too. I didn't really like. I'm going to redo it too while I'm at it. Oh yeah, flamingos seem to be super popular. It's something that is definitely requested all the time. Awesome, you guys are chatting amongst each other. Awesome, that's what I want to see. Okay, so I think I'm going to do somewhat similar color scheme to this. Let me grab everything. I think I'm going to do like a ring pour. So for a ring pour, if I use my tops and I push, it's too much force and it kind of doesn't layer how I want it to layer up. So for a ring pour, you actually want to do just kind of pour it in there so you can gently, and so you get layers. All right, just a second, guys. I have to take all the lids off to layer it in there. So this one's going to be a real earthy, kind of some reds and turquoise and copper, I think. All right, Susan. Yeah. Is the rain hitting over there? Right now it's sunny here. It was pouring yesterday. So you're probably getting our rain we had in the night and what we had yesterday. All right. Well, I'll talk to you again soon. Thanks for coming by, Susan. Have a good one. All right. So I got some brown. Now I'm going to put some, and so I'm taking the lids off and I'm just gently so I can get layers. And now we'll put some turquoise. Because if I left the lids on, that really forces the paint down. And that's just something after, years of practice, you kind of get used to how hard you got to squeeze the bottles or which technique you maybe want to take the lid off or, oh, it's been raining for 3 days down there, Susan. Okay. What's going on, H7? You got something going on, life-changing? All right, so this is actually rose gold. It's really hard to tell the copper and the rose gold until you what color maybe? A little bit more of this red and then a little bit more of the turquoise maybe. Actually, we will go ahead and put some of the brown. We'll just go in order we did. But yeah, I went ahead and got the Logitech webcam, and I'm so excited to be able to do this so you guys can see me paint live while we chat instead of just chatting and having to stare at me all the time. That's boring. Boring, boring. Who wants to do that? So here's a ring pour, and so this is a lot of paint for this is a 6 by 6 inch canvas. But let me show you real quick. It's got 1.5 inch side. It's a gallery wrapped, really deep canvas. And so I've got a lot of paint in here, but I purposely have a lot of paint in here because I want it to kind of run down the side of this one. All right. So let me check on chat. All right, not missing anything. I'm going to do this kind of a tree ring, just kind of a ring pour. This is a lot of paint, but I have want to get it down over the sides. So I hope everybody's having a great day. All right. It's kind of going off the side for me. I wish you guys could see the sides and how this is a real neat pour to do on these really deep canvases because but once it dries, I can show you guys the sides, but I probably can't today. Let me get it to the back there. Are you trying to get rich, H7? Yes, that's awesome. We're all trying to get rich. Okay, just a second and I'll get the torch out. So, I think in the camera I lost a lot of the rose gold, but the rose gold is like trailing through. I wish you guys could see it on camera. I'm not seeing, because I have my laptop to my left and I can see kind of what you guys are seeing on it, and that's how I'm seeing chat. Oh, the sides are looking good. Let me just get this side a little bit. Oh, yeah. I just like using just a variety of colors. I've been getting more and more of the squeeze bottles, so I've been mixing so many new colors. I have a new teal that I'm using and a few new colors. Yeah, Artsy Studios. Pouring is so much fun, but such a mess too. So it is definitely a mess. So can you guys see on camera how it's just kind of even developing more and more? There's more and more popping up through it. This one kind of has a Southwest vibe with the red, turquoise, browns, and then kind of the shimmer through it. It's got some really nice lines of shimmer. So, all right. So we got quite a few artists in here and just, creative people in general. What inspires you guys? That's one of the things I wanted to kind of talk about today. I mean, not just with art either. I mean, just what inspires you in general too, but in art as well, both kind of what inspires you in kind of life and what inspires you in, art as well. Oh, H7 was quick with that. Nature. That would be what I would say. Nature. I've always been an artist, a painter. I've talked about this, but it wasn't till like the last maybe 5 years that I've really gotten into painting. Oh my gosh, you really notice everything. You don't just notice, the green. You notice the shades of the green and how this one blends with that one. And so nature is definitely a huge, huge inspiration for me. Anybody else? I mean, what inspires you? All right, there you can kind of see the lines of shimmery effect up here. And your nocturnal dreams, creativity. All right, I'm moving this one aside, guys. Just a second. Got that one moved aside. All right. Let me put this down. And then like, oh, I got that one mucked up. Okay, that's all right. I'll paint over it. What are some of the like artists and stuff that inspire you guys? Do you guys have any like who are your favorite artists and the ones that like inspire you? So I wanted to share with you guys, I'm going to take my gloves off real quick because I wanted to share with you guys my favorite artist. I just adore everything that Josephine Wall does. Josephine Wall is by far. So I don't know if you guys have ever seen anything by her. Oh, I rock. Thank you. Oh, that's nice. Awesome. Thank you. So yeah, this is my favorite artist. She inspires me big time. So someday I would love to paint like her. I practice a lot with brushwork to try to get, and I think truly, if you really put a ton of practice in whatever you do, just practice, 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 you never know. So maybe 20, 30 years from now, I'll paint, never as good as her, but hopefully somewhat. But this is Josephine Wall. Here's her name right there. But I'll just show you guys a couple of her pictures real quick. What I love about her art and what really, try to get the glare off. Let me find one that's a really good example of what I'm going to. Her art has like, you could really look at it. You could find just little things in it all day long. Other little hidden little things, hidden objects. And that is what totally inspires me and what I really like love in art. Just look at it all day long and see more and more and more little things. So who else has heard of her? Has anybody heard of Josephine Wall? She is my very favorite artist. Yes, so very detailed. I can just imagine the time that goes into hers. She just has some amazing work. I love the, kind of whimsical look to it and stuff. It's very right up my alley with my style that I really enjoy. But yeah, I just thought I would share a little bit, share my favorites. Josephine Wall. You guys have a favorite artist, an artist that inspires you guys? But yeah, if you guys want to look her up, there's her name right there, Josephine Wall. Amazing artist. And then another one that I really like, and honestly, I don't know if this is, I feel terrible. I should look this up. Kirby Rosanis. I don't know if that's a girl or a boy, so I'll just say they. But this type of stuff where it's just hidden pictures, that's the stuff that I love. Just hidden, where you can look at it all day. All right. Lowly Scarlett's Mama J. Awesome. Thank you. We're happy to have you. And Catania Inspirations. Awesome. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Thank you, Artsy Studios. Yeah, welcome everyone. So yeah, this is the type of art that I really enjoy. Here's the one I colored a little bit of, but where you can just look at it all day long and just see all kinds of little things. I love that. So someday I would like to get, I'm trying to practice with my brushwork. So eventually on my pour paintings, I'm going to get my gloves back on while I talk. Fluid acrylic paintings, my pour paintings, I would like to eventually get where I can paint on top of them and kind of bring out, because sometimes like they show up. Here, I'll show you guys an example of what I'm talking about. So sometimes by accident, an image shows up and I don't even mean to, and I would like to get my brushwork down where I can bring out the details. But like for this one, that bird, that crane kind of showed up all on its own. And I didn't do that on purpose, but eventually with practice, I would like to be able to kind of like when that happens, bring out kind of the details in it. Hey, Diana, welcome. Oh, Doodle Man. Yeah, he doodles all over walls and just all over. Let me get my other glove on. Yes, I have. So everybody coming in, I hope you guys are all doing well. I hope everybody's having a great day. I'm super happy to have you all, you guys. Oh, I got to get my glove back on. All right. Now what type of pour should we do? Let's see. I want to do some colors that maybe I haven't been doing so much. All right, I think I'm going to do here a white background. So let me get white all over it. That should be enough. Where's my, where did my, oh, there it is. I moved it with the last painting. Let me wipe it off real quick. Okay, now. Whoop. All right. Awesome. You guys are all talking with each other. Oh, H7 on clothing. A little bit. I've seen like canvas shoes, like Converse shoes done. They probably, the durability of them, you could probably, they're kind of fancy once you've poured on them. Can't wear them too much, the durability. But yeah, there's actually fabric paints. And if you do the same exact, put a pouring medium and everything, you can do on the fabric paints. Now, I've made like canvas bags, canvas type shoes. So I haven't really seen it on like too much cotton or, like other types of materials. But I have seen people do it on canvas type materials. All right, so I think I'm going to do a napkin ring pour. And I'm just going to use some kind of bright, springy, tropical colors. So here I'll put it probably just right here. And so now I'm going to put a little bit more white just around that. So once I get some color going in it, we have some color to pull through the white. Here's some it's a melon. It's what color it's called, melon. Then some just lighter blue. Then I've been really enjoying this wintergreen color. It's kind of a new color to me, but it's a real pretty spring green. So some wintergreen. Let's see. What other color should we use, guys? Where is, oh, there it is. Hey, Ms. Hi. How are you doing? Awesome. Thank you. All right, just a little bit more in here, and then we got to pull it across. Okay. So now with this, I want to pull it across, but I don't want to I just kind of want to gently, because I'm kind of trying to let a little bit shove the paint kind of up under the white. So I'm just like very, very barely lifting as I'm pulling across. And see how it creates kind of that kind of a technique and look. I'm just kind of dragging it through the white, just barely, barely lifting it up through. Okay. Set that aside. And that's just a napkin ring, a plastic napkin ring from the Dollar Tree. They come in a package of 6. All right, gonna torch it just a little bit to create that, because white is a very dense paint. And so we want the colors to come back up through the white. We'll move it around a little bit, and the densities of the paint, it'll allow some of them to kind of come up through. is kind of a tropical looking one. I'll move it around a little, probably torch it again, and then I may kind of blow with the air tube a little bit to try to see if I can. I kind of like a more organic look to it and not everything just kind of in a line too much. So let me. All right. This week has just flown by. Has this week flown by for you guys? I mean, like super just flown by. Okay, so let me just the aquarium tubing I was just using a few minutes ago as well. Actually, I'm going to torch it real quick before I do that and see what I can get. Because I can tell colors. Ooh, look at that right through there. That's really nice. But I could kind of tell with these colors that if I blow too much, I'm actually going to get some muddy. You can kind of tell what colors are going to mix well and look well, and what colors are just going to kind of look like a muddier mess. So sometimes I'll show you what I also do. Because if I blow this one too much, it's actually going to probably create a brown with these colors. We don't want that. So now I'm just kind of trying to stretch out some of the. All right. I'm liking, so just the white when it's not just full of color is negative space. So I'm liking the negative space where it's not just full of color, the whole thing. So I think I'm just going to, as I sit here and chat with you, just tilt it slightly. I don't want it to, I don't want to turn it too much, but I want to tilt it a little bit. And kind of let it shift over without too mixing up, stretching too much. So yeah, let me show you guys some of the details. I'm really liking up through here. Okay, I'm going to let that kind of do its thing while I chat with you guys. And I need to see, I have all these ones from that last pour that I don't have the lids on. And I almost just knocked one over. So before I knock them over, I got to get these lids on, and we can chat while I get the lids on. So yeah, for the people that are kind of new coming in, we were talking about what inspires you. Not just for the artists, I mean, in general, in life, what inspires you. So for those that want to share, the ones new coming in, does anybody have anything, that inspires them? Me, it's nature and honestly, kind of fairy tales. And, of course, my name, Whimsy Creek, kind of the whimsical, that type of stuff is what kind of inspires me, especially for my art. Hey, Mary Jane Giveaway. All right, welcome. Welcome. Okay, I got the lids back on those ones. And then I'll show you guys in a couple weeks once it's dry and whatever I've painted on it or whatever I've done to embellish it. I'll show you guys that. You want to shift it kind of just a little bit more that way, but it's not really. So, all right, I'll show you guys some of the details. Kind of got a tropical vibe. but I think I'm just going to leave it. And it does look like a tentacle. Maybe I should paint it in as some sort of octopus or something. That might be cool. So, all right, going to get this one set aside. Actually, in the next one, what I'm going to do is a couple of these tiles. So I'm going to do some of these tiles here. All right. Is it my Wi-Fi, H7? Is it my Wi-Fi or your Wi-Fi? Was mine buffering? I hope it wasn't. I hope we're doing good. But was it? Okay. I'm going to do this one. I think these ones are going to be, oh, okay. I hope that we got good connection. So these are just 4-inch tiles, and these actually are kind of interesting. They're a little bit thinner than the normal ones I've been using. But here, just a moment, guys. Grab the thing. You love Art Mary Jane giveaway? All right, awesome. Oh, it was buffering for you too, Ms. So sorry, guys. I don't know. Hopefully it's done. Hopefully it's done doing it. So just a minute. I'm going to grab something and show you guys. So I got some old pallets, and actually Mike broke down the old pallets and cut them all up for me, but my husband did. So here is, I put them, a couple of the tiles that I did here a while back. See there? And I put them on kind of an art thing. They're kind of staggered on there, and I have it kind of staggered at the end here. There. But yeah, I've been really happy with that. So I'm going to do some more tiles and hopefully make something like that out of it. So it's been happening a lot lately. Yeah, this whole past week, I've actually noticed a lot of live streams, but it seems to do it for a quick second and then come back. So hopefully that'll be the case. So, oh, you make some wood art? What kind of, like with pallets and things like that? Or I want to get a like a jigsaw or a scroll saw or something so I can cut out shapes of like mermaids and sea turtles and different things, and then just like I'm poking a hole in the top. It seemed to, yeah, sometimes they just kind of, okay, so that's okay, because we're going to dip these two. So we mainly need these two covered in paint, because I'm going to flip them over on top of each other and smoosh them together. So it's not a big deal that those two don't have so much paint, because they're just going to be squished together. Pallets and hardwood and